Year 10. Once again, welcome to your revision for your Animal Farm English Literature exam. This time I have chosen the section where Snowball is run off the farm. We should know that that is chapter 5. It will stand you in good stead if you know as much of the novel as possible, because the last question on the exam paper will ask you to find another section of the novel to comment on. So as I say, knowing plot is essential really. This will be a good section to select if you're asked a question about fear or tension or an important event, something like that. If we start from the top, as always, there was a terrible being sound outside and 9 enormous dogs wearing brass-studded collars came bounding into the barn. Obviously, we would probably start with the adjective terrible. That shows the reader that the noise that they hear, which obviously is the dogs, is something that petrifies the animals. It's something unpleasant, and it sends a warning to the animals as well as the reader that something awful is about to occur. Your next adjective in the top line that is of extreme importance is enormous. Again, if you're thinking about this as a reader, it suggests that the dogs are so huge that actually they intimidate the animals. Their sheer presence is intimidating, let alone what they physically are capable of doing. So in your first line there, as I say, if there's a question about fear or tension or the animals feeling scared, the first line there sets up the fact that Napoleon is willing to use violent methods to solidify his power, and obviously he's the dictator. He is Joseph Stalin. As we carry on, the verbs begin to become massively important in terms of fear and tension. You've got dashed, straight for Snowball, who sprang from his place. Obviously dashed verb. This is the one where that verb can, well, it does show you that Napoleon has gave the dogs, strict orders. Because they dash straight for Snowball, it shows us that they have nothing else to think about really. They have been given the orders of attack Snowball, which is why that verb dashed shows that they head straight for him. They are going to attack him at all cost and try to kill him. If we look at the verb Snowball, who sprang from his place, again very subtle, very simple to comment on. It's the idea that he's petrified and he knows that he needs to escape. If we go back to adjectives, you've got snapping jaws. Again, that's not difficult to analyse. The adjective snapping shows us that obviously they are attempting to hurt him. Worse, they are trying to kill him. Okay. In a moment he was out of the door and they were after him, too amazed and frightened to speak. All the animals crowded through the door. Again, if we stick with adjective, again, brilliant adjectives there by Orwell. Amazed and frightened. Both of them together solidify exactly how the animals feel. But not only that, it's how the readers feel. Amazed has connotations of shock. They cannot believe that the dogs have come to, that 9 dogs have come to attack Snowball. But also, and very subtly, they can't remember where the dogs have come from. Frightened speaks for itself, doesn't it? They're obviously petrified about what's going on. Because if we think back to Old Major's dream, never was violence mentioned or thought of when they rebelled. Again, verbs. The animals crowded through the door to watch the chase. Again, that's very simple to comment on, and I need not comment on that one. As we carry on further with verbs, he slipped again. If we're building tension, it's that idea that, oh my God, the reader feels tense. Is Snowball going to survive, or are they going to catch him? He was running faster than ever. Very straightforward. He whisked his tail in time. Again, simple. The adjectives here, though, by Orwell are of key importance. Silent and terrified. Now, when we combine that with the verb crept, we have this picture of just how the animals are feeling in that sentence there. Silent, the adjective silent has that awful foreboding feeling, doesn't it, of the animals knowing that their dream of surviving without mankind is being ruined by one of their own. Terrified, Again, it's linked to frightened just above. They are so scared of Napoleon, who now is so powerful because nobody will dare question him. They are terrified of the dogs. They are terrified of the pigs who are in charge. The verb crept as well, it's that idea that it's almost as if they don't want the dogs to see them or Napoleon to see them because they could be hurt, so they creep into the barn as so not to be seen. Again, we have this massive build-up here of fear, of intimidation, of betrayal. Napoleon has betrayed the 7 commandments, that all animals are equal. He's gone against everything to solidify his power. Again, I mean, there's loads in this extract. It's a fantastic extract to use. You've got huge dogs, as I say, it links to enormous, and then you've got that simile as fierce looking as wolves. Well, we all know what connotations a wolf holds. It's that idea that it's a predator who will eat anything in sight, and that's the simile that shows us exactly how awful the dogs are. Remember, in our Russian Revolution reference, the dogs represent the KGB, who were the military police who Joseph Stalin used to help to help his reign. So again, we should mention that in brackets just to get our Russian Revolution in there. As I say, this is a fantastic section to pick. If this was the given section on the exam, it would be fantastic. Okay, I hope this was useful.